Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief Show. I'm your host Ginny. Today, we've got some exciting updates from around the region. First up, South Korea is stepping in with new restrictions on foreign homebuyers, especially targeting Chinese and Hong Kong investors, to help cool down Seoul's soaring property prices. Despite these efforts, experts say the real driver remains domestic demand, so prices are expected to stay high in prime areas. Next, Hong Kong's ambitious 50 billion Hong Kong dollars West Kowloon Cultural District faces some tough challenges. After a decade of development and many cultural achievements, it's struggling with financial issues and governance hurdles. To turn things around, the district needs to innovate, streamline operations, and boost cultural commerce, otherwise, it risks becoming an expensive liability. Finally, in local politics, Chief Executive John Lee plans to introduce new accountability measures for civil servants, including performance reviews and penalties for misconduct. While some officials might resist, this move aims to improve governance and ensure effective policy implementation. Please continue to watch for more detailed insights. According to South China Morning Post, South Korea is taking decisive steps to curb the influence of foreign investors in its housing market, especially in Seoul, where Chinese and Hong Kong buyers have significantly driven up property prices. The recent restrictions, which came into effect last month and will last for a year, aim to stabilize the market by limiting foreign purchases, particularly targeting those who buy properties for speculation without residing there. Chinese nationals have been particularly active, owning over half of the foreign-owned homes in Korea, with some transactions reaching staggering prices, like a Chinese buyer paying $8.6 million for a luxury house in Songbuk-dong or financing a penthouse entirely through foreign loans. Experts argue that while foreign buyers have been influential in the high-end market, domestic factors remain the primary drivers of Seoul's soaring prices, which increased nearly 10% annually over the past 3 years. The new residency requirement, mandating foreign buyers to live in their purchased properties for at least 2 years, is seen as a targeted effort to curb speculative gap investments, where properties are bought and flipped without the owners ever residing there. Despite these measures, some analysts believe the overall impact on Seoul's housing prices may be limited, given the persistent supply shortages and high demand, especially in prime districts, which continue to push prices upward. The South China Morning Post highlights that Hong Kong's West Kowloon Cultural District, once envisioned as a vibrant hub of arts and commerce, is now grappling with financial and governance challenges after nearly 50 billion Hong Kong dollars, $6.4 billion, spent over more than a decade. Despite hosting impressive institutions like M+ and the Hong Kong Palace Museum, the district struggles with mounting deficits, reduced revenues, and delayed projects. Its ambitious plan to generate income through real estate and commercial ventures has fallen short, compounded by high personnel costs and complex governance structures that hinder agility and innovation. The district's sporadic successes, such as notable exhibitions and seasonal events, have yet to establish it as a must-visit destination, and its reliance on land sales and redevelopment faces long-term sustainability questions. Experts suggest that to fulfill its potential, West Kowloon must embrace entrepreneurial strategies, developing cultural products, forging brand partnerships, and streamlining governance, rather than relying solely on land assets. Without significant reform and a shift toward more dynamic management, the district risks becoming a cautionary tale of overambition and bureaucratic inertia, rather than a crown jewel of Hong Kong's cultural scene. According to the South China Morning Post, Hong Kong's chief executive John Lee is preparing to introduce an accountability mechanism aimed at improving governance among senior civil servants, following scandals like the recent bottled water procurement controversy. The proposed system would involve annual performance appraisals and penalties for underperformers, such as pay freezes or even removal, to ensure more effective policy implementation. This initiative comes amid concerns that resistance from civil servants weary of job security could slow reforms, especially since the current accountability measures are limited and mainly target political appointees. Experts warn that such reforms require careful, gradual implementation, possibly starting with select directorate posts, and suggest involving third-party investigations to ensure fairness. The push for civil service reform aligns with broader goals of enhancing governance capacity, a priority emphasized repeatedly by Li and Chinese President Xi Jinping. However, analysts caution that entrenched bureaucratic interests and the need to balance stability with accountability pose significant hurdles. Ultimately, the success of this reform hinges on political will and a clear commitment to fostering a more transparent, responsible civil service capable of supporting Hong Kong's long-term development ambitions. The South China Morning Post vividly recounts the innovative spirit behind Hong Kong's playground design in 1967, a pioneering project envisioned by American sculptor Paul Selinger. Unlike traditional playgrounds, this groundbreaking space features giant, colorful sculptures made of textured concrete and terrazzo, inviting children to interact with art in a playful environment. The sculptures, some towering up to 64 feet and spanning 300 feet in length, serve dual purposes: play structures and massive murals that double as skating rinks and giant paintings visible from over a mile away. This artistic playground, located near Shek Lei Resettlement Estate and supported by a generous donation from the Royal Hong Kong Jockey Club, marked Southeast Asia's first sculpture playground, transforming the landscape of children's recreation and showcasing a unique blend of creativity and community investment. SCMP's opinion piece highlights Hong Kong's remarkable ascent as a global innovation hub, a feat validated by the United Nations World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO. The city's integration into the Greater Bay Area has fostered a dynamic synergy among Shenzhen's tech innovation, Guangzhou's manufacturing strength, and Hong Kong's financial resources, propelling the region ahead of Tokyo-Yokohama in the 2025 Global Innovation Index. This achievement underscores Hong Kong's prowess not only in scientific research, producing over 193,000 publications and second in patent filings, but also in venture capital, where it excels in funding entrepreneurship and turning research into profitable enterprises. The city's deep liquidity, diverse financing channels, and supportive government policies have cultivated an environment ripe for innovation, with intellectual property-intensive industries now contributing about a third of its GDP, cementing its role as a key player in the global high-tech landscape. The South China Morning Post further explores the emerging trend of honeycomb motifs in luxury watchmaking, illustrating how this geometric pattern has become a symbol of sophistication and craftsmanship across top brands. Rolex's Oyster Perpetual Land Dweller showcases a honeycomb pattern dial with laser-engraved hexagons and luxurious finishes, complemented by cutting-edge movement innovations like the Dynapulse escapement. Tissot integrates the motif into its photovoltaic solar cells, hidden beneath the dial of the PRC 100 Solar, blending functionality with design, while Chopard employs natural rice straw marquetry to craft a honeycomb-inspired dial that exemplifies artisanal mastery. Buccellati elevates the motif with its tool collection, featuring intricate gold work and opal accents, and even accessible brands like Olivia Burton incorporate honeycomb details into their slim quartz models. This recurring motif's versatility across materials and techniques underscores its enduring appeal, symbolizing both natural elegance and technical innovation within the world of horology. South China Morning Post highlights how Hainan and Hong Kong are embarking on a synergistic journey, with a memorandum of understanding signaling a new era of collaboration across finance, tourism, innovation, and culture. Hainan's free trade port is rapidly evolving, with policies such as cross-border asset management and a zero-tariff regime that aim to attract international capital and foster economic growth. Rather than competing with Hong Kong, Hainan's development complements Hong Kong's established financial system, offering an expanded toolkit for cross-border finance and investment. Hong Kong's world-class financial services, legal expertise, and risk management capabilities are poised to provide the trust and infrastructure needed for Hainan's reforms to succeed, creating a mutually reinforcing ecosystem that benefits the entire region. The BBC details a lively and unconventional tram driver world championship held in Vienna, celebrating 160 years of tram history with a playful twist. Drivers from around the world, including Hong Kong, Rio de Janeiro, and San Diego, showcased their skills through a series of whimsical challenges such as tram bowling, curling, and water breaking. Austria's Florian Isaku triumphed in front of thousands of spectators, emphasizing the festive spirit and camaraderie among international tram operators. This event not only highlighted the skillful operation of trams but also underscored the cultural significance of public transportation, blending tradition with entertainment and fostering global connections among transit professionals. South China Morning Post reports on Hong Kong's strategic advancements in dispute resolution, with the establishment of the International Organization for Mediation and revised arbitration laws that bolster its role as a global arbitration hub. The new legislation enables arbitration organizations in Hong Kong to operate directly within mainland China's free trade zones, such as Nansha and Qianhai, facilitating cross-border dispute resolution. This development enhances Hong Kong's reputation for impartiality and efficiency, attracting international businesses seeking reliable legal frameworks. Experts see this as a significant step towards integrating Hong Kong's legal services into the Greater Bay Area's economic fabric, positioning the city as a vital nexus for resolving complex international and cross-border disputes, thereby reinforcing its status as a premier dispute resolution center in Asia. The South China Morning Post vividly recounts the emotional journey of Cho Tianchen, a resilient badminton star and cancer survivor who faced a heartbreaking semifinal defeat at the Hong Kong Open. Despite his return to top form following a colorectal cancer diagnosis and surgery in April 2023, Cho was unable to overcome the unseeded Indian Lakshya Sen in a tense 56-minute battle. The match was marred by controversy over a double hit call, which Cho vehemently disputed, and despite his fierce efforts and the passionate support of his fans, Sen's unwavering determination and tattoos symbolizing belief and perseverance ultimately led him to victory. Cho's reflections highlighted his commitment to continuous improvement, emphasizing that he played with the sky is the limit mindset, even as he acknowledged the pain of losing after last year's Olympic quarterfinal encounter. His story is a testament to his resilience, fighting through adversity both on and off the court, and exemplifies the spirit of never giving up despite setbacks. The South China Morning Post also captures the intense atmosphere of the Hong Kong badminton finals, where Chinese players Wang Ziyi and Han Yu secured their spots in the women's singles showdown, demonstrating remarkable resilience. Han Yu, the number 2 seed, battled back from a one-game deficit to defeat Taiwan's Lin Xiangti, showcasing her fighting spirit and mental toughness, while Wang Ziyi overcame Canadian Michelle Lee in a closely contested match. Both players expressed confidence and readiness for the final, acknowledging the physical and mental fatigue that accompanies a week-long competition but emphasizing their familiarity with each other's styles. The men's doubles saw the Chinese pair Liang Weiqing and Wang Chong triumph over Taiwanese opponents, setting the stage for an exciting final against the Indian duo Satwik Siraj Rankerty and Chirag Shetty. The narrative vividly illustrates the players' perseverance and strategic mastery, elevating the tournament into a showcase of dedication and skill amid the fervent support of the Hong Kong crowd. Meanwhile, the South China Morning Post reports on a serious incident at a Hong Kong construction site, where 2 workers were injured after a temporary lift plunged from a height of 10 meters. Firefighters rescued the injured, who were taken to Queen Elizabeth Hospital with injuries including a fractured leg and head and neck pain. The incident is part of a troubling pattern of industrial accidents in the region, underscoring ongoing safety concerns. In a separate legal dispute, the U.S.-based Lutheran Church Missouri Synod defended its ownership of 7 properties in Hong Kong, asserting that it has no plans to sell or redevelop the sites, despite ongoing conflicts with Hong Kong International School over financial and operational disagreements. The church emphasized its strong financial position and its commitment to investing in local education, while clarifying that lease restrictions prevent the sale or redevelopment of key properties, including the historic Repulse Bay campus. The stories collectively highlight the ongoing challenges faced by Hong Kong, from athletic perseverance and community resilience to industrial safety and legal complexities in the education sector. South China Morning Post vividly details Hong Kong's recent passage of a contentious tobacco control bill, illustrating the city's intensified efforts to curb smoking through stricter regulations. The bill, effective immediately in some aspects, raises penalties for illicit cigarette offenses, bans smoking at public transport boarding points, and prohibits the possession of alternative smoking products like e-cigarettes in public from April 2026. While critics worry that these measures might harm tourism, proponents emphasize that other countries such as Singapore and Thailand have successfully implemented similar restrictions without damaging their tourism sectors. Advocates argue that Hong Kong's move aligns with global trends, highlighting Mexico's sweeping bans and the UK's plans to restrict tobacco sales to future generations, underscoring a worldwide shift towards tougher anti-tobacco policies. The legislation also lays out long-term strategies, including banning flavored cigarettes and restricting retail displays, though some measures lack specific implementation timelines. Comparisons with other jurisdictions reveal a mixed landscape. Some nations have tightened restrictions, while others, like Bhutan and New Zealand, have reversed or softened their anti-tobacco policies amid black market concerns or economic considerations. The South China Morning Post also reports on the upcoming tests for the Yau Ma Tei section of Hong Kong's new Kowloon bypass, a significant infrastructure project designed to ease traffic congestion in Kowloon. The road, set to open by year's end, has already seen major structural completions, with road tests for buses beginning next week and other public transport trials to follow. The project includes innovative green initiatives, such as landscaped platforms and extensive green spaces at the exits, integrating urban development with environmental consciousness. The authorities aim to provide a smoother, more efficient travel experience across East and West Kowloon, with the new tunnel promising to cut travel times and reduce pollution. The detailed planning reflects a broader commitment to modernizing Hong Kong's transportation network, balancing engineering progress with ecological and community considerations, as sections of adjacent roads reopen and the city prepares for a new era of mobility. CNN's deeply personal feature recounts a daughter's emotional journey across Japan, Turkey, India, and the United States, seeking to understand her father's life and the tragic circumstances of his death. The narrative begins with her childhood memories of her father, a generous yet restless man who ultimately took his own life when she was just 12. Over 2 decades, she grappled with guilt and silence, until her discovery of his old photographs and videos ignited a transformative quest. Armed with her camera and his cherished albums, she retraced his steps, from Tokyo's quiet streets to the dam in Turkey he helped build, to India's bustling markets and sacred Ganges River, uncovering stories of his youth, ambitions, and struggles. Through conversations with old friends and locals, she pieced together his adventurous spirit and the pressures that may have led to his despair. Her pilgrimage culminated at the Ganges, where Hindu beliefs offered her a fragile peace, helping her accept her father's death. Reflecting on her journey, she recognizes that love, memory, and understanding transcend borders, and that her father's final act was intertwined with his own battles. Her story is a testament to resilience, the power of memory, and the enduring bond between parent and child, all illuminated through the lens of her camera and the timeless images of her father's life. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Got a question in your mind, we'll find the answer, we'll be kind. Encyclopedia on everything, laugh and learn with the zing, zing, zing. From ants to outer space, we've got the facts in one great place. For kids and grown-ups too, we've got the A to Z for you. Got a question in your mind, we'll find the answer, we'll be kind. Encyclopedia on everything, laugh and learn with the zing, zing, zing. From ants to outer space, we've got the facts in one great place. For kids and grown-ups too,